Hey, what's up? This is a new camera angle for this channel. I normally reserve this one for my main channel stuff, but let's try out and see how this looks on this channel. So, today I want to talk about a thing that pissed me off a decent bit a few days ago. You see, I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw an Instagram reel that went like this roughly. There was a person going around the streets and asking people at which age they would say people are getting old. And a lot of them said everything 2001 and older, that's old as fuck, which ouch. You see, I'm a 2001 baby, and honestly, I don't feel that old yet. But me being the kind soul that I am, I got very pissed off and looked up how old those people were, and they were around 18 to 19, which made me think about where was I when I was 18 to 19 years old, and wouldn't you know, I was at home. We had COVID. Yeah, crazy to think that COVID was 5 years ago at this point, and while it does feel like it was a decent time ago, I feel like it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But that one thought kind of led me down a train of thoughts of just how the COVID times were for me. And while in my case, it was pretty okay, luckily enough, it did also have some ups and downs and stuff that maybe some of y'all might relate to. So COVID for me started like at the very end of high school. I remember it very vividly. We were standing in front of the gym halls and I was talking to a friend and we had like read the COVID stuff on the news and he said, oh, he wouldn't mind us having COVID. It might be something cool to switch things up because life got a bit too boring as of late. The guy doesn't watch my videos, but like if you do come across this video, yeah, I am talking about you. And once you know, the same day, we didn't even have gym class. We got sent home like right away and we finished our finals like coming to school for like that one class and then we left again. And then we were out of school, we had our like final grades done, and we were just at home. Which gave me a lot of time, which I use very respectfully and very intelligently. I played a lot of video games. And I am talking a ton of gaming. I played Minecraft, we had a Minecraft create server. That was like back when like the SMP Live stuff was okay and most of those people weren't cancelled yet. So we got really into that and I played a lot of Switch games. I played Splatoon, which, dude, I haven't touched Splatoon since, but I remember being obsessed with that game at that point. And me and a friend of mine got really into Trackmania. And we even met a friend on there who is still a friend of mine. And he is probably watching this video. And no, I will not apologize for what I said in the last video. So yeah, overall, while, again, being stuck at home wasn't the most fun, I feel like I used it quite in a fun way. And me playing so much, I thought to myself, hey, you know what, why don't I get into streaming? I streamed once, and looking at my setup that I had back then, yeah, it didn't really work. Let me like roughly show you what it probably looked like.
Hey guys, today we play the gaming. I have game downloaded and what, okay, I think it's lagging a bit. I think it's lagging a bit. Wait, I think it's lagging a bit.
So yeah, streaming really just didn't work for me. So I started learning stuff that I could do offline, aka I taught myself how to video edit. I always found video editing to be super cool and just like a really cool creative outlet. I always had some form of YouTube channel in the back, whether it was my stop motion channel back in like 2012 or like my very short-lived source filmmaker animation channel that I had sometime around 2016. But I never really had the time or the resources to really like learn how to video edit more than just Windows Movie Maker. So because I had so much free time, I pumped a ton of free time into video editing. I taught myself how to learn HitFilm Express. Again, I said I had like more resources. I still didn't have money for like anything better editing wise though. I taught myself HitFilm Express. I made videos, which at this point are really cringe to look back on in my opinion.
Easiest thing I could do right now is just go outside and get a job. If it wasn't for like one small little teeny weeny detail, that being a global pandemic that's going around and killing all of us.
I'm gonna put some of my old videos here while I'm talking. If you want to watch the full thing, go over to my main channel. I still have them on there. Be ready for a lot of like very strong German accent. But yeah, this skill set that I taught myself really went on to influence what I want to do in life. It went on to influence me as a person, my interests, like everything that I'm like interested in what I do in my free time. So honestly, without COVID giving me the time to learn all that stuff, I don't know if I would have like ever gone as deep into this hobby as I have by now. Which, looking at my bank account, probably would have saved me a few $1,000s. But I mean, very expensive, but I can do that one now. And if that's not worth it, I don't know what is. But yeah, that's how most of my COVID time looked really. I spent a lot of time playing video games, editing, work, which like work under COVID, especially in retail, like that's a topic for like a whole nother video. And I have to say, I am of course very lucky that none of my family members got COVID, or like at least they didn't get it badly. Even my grandma made it well, my friends all survived, they all stayed decently healthy. We had some scares in the family and some health concerns, but again, I am very blessed to say this, but my family luckily made it through the whole thing without anything severe. Which, again, I probably would have a completely different outlook on COVID if this wouldn't have gone so well for all of us. And I hope that me being all silly and goofy in this video doesn't talk down anyone's experience when it comes to COVID, because, again, vile fucking times. And wouldn't you know, video editing and video games and work is fun for like a few weeks, but if that goes on for a long time, that kind of fucking reeks. Some of the health concerns we had in my family led to us wearing masks for a long time and being very hyper cautious for a very long time, which led to me pretty much completely missing out on any student life in university for the most part. Like up until like the last 2 years of university, I pretty much didn't have any friends in university. I had some people I talked to. I don't know if you would call them friends per se, but yeah, it was a very lonely time quite often. Just because, again, we had a lot of stuff to worry about at that time, and I spent a lot of time indoors, which kind of fucking sucks. Especially because with work in university, I didn't really have time for any video editing as well. So I just sat there and I streamed like once a week, and that's about all I did in my free time. Which, looking back, yeah, I fucking hated that. That sucked. But I'm very lucky that once we pretty much passed most of the COVID stuff, that I came back to a group of people in university who apparently didn't think that I looked like a total dork with my mask on the whole time. Which, I'm not saying that you do look like a dork with a mask on, it's just I very much felt like a person people wouldn't want to talk to. So, in like the last 2 years of my university, I somehow managed to find friends, and I managed to have social contacts and stuff. So, at least not all of my university time was wasted to this whole, like, pandemic shenanigans. And I have friends now who I still talk to and who I still very much appreciate. And I'm just glad that it all went over better than I thought, like, towards the middle of it. And wouldn't you know, I still didn't get COVID yet. And I hope I didn't jinx myself just now. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video. I just went down this train of thought, this trip down memory lane of the good and the bad times of COVID, and just how terribly old I am by now. Again, I'm very lucky that it all went so well for me. I know a lot of people who had a lot more to deal with, and I'm also very happy that I could somehow use all this time I now got to work on something that like stuck around, a hobby that I could build up. So yeah, I guess there's some good to every global pandemic out there. But that is all I wanted to say. I will catch you all again sometime this week, probably. And up until then, y'all have a good one.